Hello friends, welcome to today's daily devotion. I'm reading to you from the book of Matthew, the 12th chapter, verses 46 through 50. Hear now these words. While Jesus was still talking to the crowd, his mother and brothers stood outside wanting to speak with him. Someone told him, "Your mother and brothers are standing outside wanting to speak to you." Jesus replied to him, "Who is my mother and who are my brothers?" Pointing to his disciples, he said, "Here are my mother and my brothers, for whoever does the will of my Father in heaven is my brother and sister and mother." Now, the first time that I was exposed to this passage, I was fairly young, and when I read it, I got very confused because it sure seemed to me in my 7, 8, or 9-year-old mind that Jesus is disrespecting his mother and his brothers. Jesus is disowning them. Now, surely that's not what Jesus is doing, right? Well, as I got older and I began to understand the context behind what was happening here, it began to make just a little bit more sense to me, because what was happening is that Jesus' mother, Mary, and his brothers, they were all coming to get Jesus because they've been hearing stories about Jesus' wild and possibly erratic, maybe even insane behaviors. We see they've been hearing stories about Jesus supposedly doing these miraculous healings and Jesus doing these teachings that they were like, "What? Huh?" And so they came to try to get him and to figure out what's going on. So Jesus is helping us to figure out what's going on. Jesus is doing the will of his heavenly Father, and we who will do that same thing, we are part of Jesus's family. Jesus wasn't disowning his mom or his brothers. Jesus was pointing out that his engagement and the relationships that people can have with him have nothing to do with blood family ties, but everything to do with holy, godly ties. So my friend, today I want to invite you to be part of Jesus' family. Do the will of your Heavenly Father. And I'll see you tomorrow for another daily devotion.